Imagine this, okay? You know I'm broadcasting every single day, noon to 2 Eastern, right here from the Corona Bunker Studios in my house, because we got chucked from our studio by the Black Lives Matter looters who busted in and ransacked the joint. So we're here, we're safe. We actually took the show on the road. We went remote Monday and Tuesday to Angelina's restaurant. We did the big Great Debate special last night. And my team, they're such animals that they packed everything up, reset us at 2 o'clock in the morning last night, and voila, we're back in studio again. And how do we kick it off? One of the best guests we ever had, Sid Rosenberg, joins us right now from the Bernie and Sid show on 77 WABC Radio here in New York, and also the host of the Sid Sports Sunday show. And Sid, I know you're a sports maven, and I go crazy on all these pro athletes all the time, right? Because they want to talk to us about being white privilege, but meantime, they're making hundreds of $millions by selling Nikes being made by slaves in China. So it's kind of weird, isn't it?
Yeah, I mean, that's the ultimate hypocrisy. That's a great job, John. You're talking specifically about LeBron James. He's the kind of the loudmouth of everybody, and his sneakers are the ones that are being made, and those kids are getting about a quarter a week to make those sneakers. And, you know, I got a chance to cover LeBron down in Miami when I was still doing just strictly sports. I worked at 3 stations for about 11 years, and he was on those 4 Heat teams that went to 4 consecutive NBA championships. They won 2 of those with Chris Bosh and Dwayne Wade. Now, ironically, he's back tonight playing against Pat Riley and the Miami Heat as a member of the Lakers in the NBA championship. But he was a nice guy, you know, never got into trouble. He wasn't out there with 10 different girls and drinking and drugs, and had the same girl from high school. He was a responsible guy, looked like a good leader, a likable guy. What's happened to him over the last couple of years, really since Hillary Clinton lost, he was a major Hillary Clinton supporter and donor. And I remember the last time I went on CNN, to be honest, John, he was on the Cavaliers at the time, and they were playing the Knickerbockers, and him and J.R. Smith refused to stay at Trump's hotel in New York when they played the Knicks because he hated Donald Trump.
I don't like Donald Trump's pillows.
And it's a shame because the guy's a magnificent ball player. He's not Michael Jordan, but he's probably the second greatest ball player of all time.
Up for
and he
debate.
May at this point be the most disliked player of all time.
Yeah, I agree with you. Let's go around the world of sports now. You talked about the NBA championship. What do you see happening here?
Well, I think the Lakers are going to win. I'm rooting against LeBron James. I like that Miami Heat basketball team. Again, I lived down in Boca Raton for 16 years, and I do think their head coach, Eric Spoelstra, is the most underrated head coach in the history of the game. He's that good. He really is, John. But there's too much talent on the Lakers, especially 2 guys in particular, Davis and James. LeBron is on a mission to win another championship, and they are pretty deep and big. So, listen, that's a young, athletic, fast Miami Heat basketball team. They'll be good for years to come. Jimmy Butler is a big-time scorer, but I do think in the end, LeBron James, unfortunately, gets himself another championship as he gets closer and closer to the Michael Jordan comparisons.
Yeah, he'll never be Michael Jordan, that's for sure. All right here in New York, we got the Yankees in the playoffs, abbreviated baseball season, but one New York team got in. What do you see shaking out here in the baseball playoffs?
Well, I'm a diehard Met fan, so I was upset.
Me too.
You too. There you go, John. We got a great new owner, hopefully, here in Steve Cohen. And I like the Sandy Alderson, bringing him back. He built a team that went to the World Series, albeit we lost to Kansas City, but we got there in 2015. But that was a very impressive Yankee victory last night. Shane Bieber may, in fact, win the Cy Young this year, I should say, inside the American League. And the Yankees just beat the living daylights out of him last night, put up a 12 spot. Garrett Cole got all that money, $324 million. He was the number 1 free agent acquisition this offseason, and his first postseason start with the Yankees was a gem. So if you're a Yankee fan, you beat the best pitcher in the American League this year. Your top money pitcher did a great job. You're up 1-0 in the best of 3. So there's reason to be excited if you're a Yankee fan.
Yeah, you think the Yankees can go to the World Series?
Listen, I think so. Look, Houston got a nice win last night. Tampa Bay was very tough on the Yankees all year. We know that. In fact, the Rays are the team that beat out the Yankees for the American League East, and Tampa Bay got a win last night, beating Toronto by 2 runs. So they're going to be a very, very tough team. They match up well against the Yankees. So if you're a Yankee fan, you don't want to face Tampa Bay. If that's not going to be the case, I think they have a decent shot. But Tampa Bay is the 1 seed and should be the favorite.
Got it. Okay. What do you like on the National? Anything?
National League is tough. I mean, it's too easy. It's the Dodgers. So the Dodgers are the best team in baseball. No one's even close. They'll line up masses, John. They can score 15 runs a night in their sleep. Clayton Kershaw is not even what he was 5 years ago, and he's one of their 3 best pitchers at this point. Dodgers are so far and away the best team in Major League Baseball. It would be a shock if they didn't win this whole thing going away. So I think we're looking at a Dodger Rays, maybe Dodgers Yankees. Remember those? 1977,
wow.
1978,
those
1981.
Some days. I mean,
that'll be great.
I am like you, hopeless Met fan. I think the biggest acquisition we've made in years just happened when we got Steve Cohen as an owner. So we may have brighter days ahead. My brother is actually a Yankee fan, Sid, and he tells my son all the time, your father really screwed you by making you become a Met fan.
No. You got to tell your kid, look, in real life, nobody wins all the time. That's not real life. Real life, you have losses, and that's how you develop character. That's the Mets. They win occasionally, but there's more losses than wins. And for most people, you lose more than you win in real life. The Yankees, that's dreamland, 27 world championships. So if you're raising your son as a Met fan, you're doing a very good job.
Yeah, and you know what? I always say, son, we always go to a couple games every year. We get nice seats. Not the seats like you could afford with all the money you guys make over there, but we get nice seats, you know. And I always...
Wait a second. Wait a second. Forget about that. I don't pay for my seats anyway. Don't forget.
Oh, all right.
I was a host on WFAN for many, many years.
Right.
And they had the Mets back then. Now they've got the Yankees. So and soon they're going to have Craig Carton back on top of that. But well, listen, the bright days are ahead for the Mets. But I tell you what, football in New York, it's over.
Yeah.
You look at the Jets and the Giants. And they are both awful.
The worst. They may be the worst 2 teams.
Badly. They may be. They may be. So football season is already over in New York.
Yeah, and I'm not even watching football, but I'm a Giant fan on top of being a Met fan. So I, protest, but I watch the Giants, but I don't even want to watch them anymore. And Sid, you know what I say to my son when we go to the Met games and they lose? I say, son, I'm winning every time because I got to spend a great day with you. So it's going to the ballpark with your boy. There's nothing better than that. You don't remember the wins and losses. You remember the time you had.
Listen, I couldn't agree more. And just to add to that, John, my dad was my Little League football coach, my Little League basketball coach, baseball coach. We had season tickets for the Jets and Joe Namath at Chase Stadium. We went to Met games together, Super Bowls together. And I lost my dad back in July, just a couple of months ago.
My condolences.
I know you know, John. Thank you. And I ended up in the hospital with shingles because I was so depressed over it. And now I've got that with my son. He's 11 years old. And just like you said, we watched some of the Yankees-Indians last night and then even the debate. And to wake up this morning and say, hey, I got a chance to watch a baseball playoff game and a presidential debate with my 11-year-old son. Like you said, John, I didn't care if Trump won, if Biden won, if the Yankees won, if the Indians won.
Yep.
I won.
We had a good night, no doubt. We win when we have Sid. Sid, thank you so much. We got to get you back. I'll let you do as much sports as you want. I love it.
I love anytime you want. I love to come on. I'm a big fan of yours. You're a super guy. You do a fantastic job. So keep up the great work, and thank you so much for having me.
Sid, thanks. Quick break.
All right,
Come back with some news of the day right after this.